So we're told the square below represents one whole. So this entire square is a whole. And then they ask us what percent is represented by the shaded area. So why don't you pause this video and see if you can figure that out. So let's see. The whole is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 equal sections, of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are actually filled in. That's the shaded area. So one way to think about it is 7/10 are shaded in. But how do we express this fraction as a percent? They're asking for a percent. Well, remember, percent, it literally means per hundred. Cent, same root as the word hundred. You see it in cents or century. And so can we write this as per hundred instead of per 10? Well, 7 per 10 is the same thing as 70 per 100 or 70%. And how did I go from 7/10 to 70 over 100? Well, I just multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 10. And once you do more and more percent, you'll get a hang of it. You say, oh, 7/10, that's the same thing as 70 per 100, which is 70%. Let's do another example. Here we're told 100% is shown on the following tape diagram. So just this amount right over here is 100%. And then they ask us what percent is represented by the entire tape diagram. So by this entire thing right over here. Pause this video and see if you can answer that. Well, one way to think about 100% is equivalent to a whole. And now we have 3 times as much of that for the entire tape diagram. So you could view this as 3 wholes, or you could say that's 100%. We have another 100% right over here. And then we have another 100% right over here. So the whole tape diagram, that would be 300%. Let's do another example. This is strangely fun. All right. Okay. And I'll see. It says the large rectangle below represents one whole. All right. So that's this whole thing is one whole. What percentage is represented by the shaded area? So pause the video and see if you can figure that out again. So let's just express it as a fraction first. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 squares. So out of those 20 squares, we see that 6 of them are actually shaded in. So 6/20ths, can we write that as per 100? Well, let's see. To go from 20 to 100, I multiply by 5. And so if I multiply the numerator by 5, I'll get the same value. 6 times 5 is 30. So 6 per 20 is the same thing as 30 per 100, which is the same thing as 30%, which literally means per 100. So this is 30%. Let's do one last example. Here we are told each large rectangle below represents one whole. So this is a whole. And then this whole thing right over here is another whole. What percentage is represented by the shaded area? Again, pause the video. See if you can answer that. So this one, we have shaded in a whole. So that is 100%. And then over here, we have shaded in 1, 2, 3, 4/5 of the whole. So 4/5, if I wanted to express it as per 100, what would it be? Well, 5 times 20 is 100. So 4 times 20 is 80. So 4/5 or 80 hundredths is filled out here, or you could say 80 per 100, which is the same thing as 80%. So this right over here is 80%. So what percent is represented by the shaded area? Well, we have 100% and then we have 80%. So we have 180%. It's more than a whole. If you have a percentage that is larger than 100%, you're talking about something that is more than a whole. And then we see that. We have a whole right over here, and then we have 80% more than that.